We have, obviously, the NBA and the NHL playoffs. And this is the part that gets kind of tough, right, Cam? It's starting to wind down. It's really winding down now. You know, you're down to 4 teams in the hockey. Thankfully, those series look like they're going to have some distance. NBA's down to 3 teams. You had 1 sweep in the East. You might have a sweep tonight in the West. And can you believe they're going to go, 9 days if Dallas wins tonight without playing game 1 of the NBA Finals? Because they're locked in. It's next Thursday, June the 6th. But this is the part, Cam, where you can see the light at the end of the tunnel for the winter sports. I guess the good thing is, Cam, that means we're just a little bit closer to football, right?
Yep, that's the best. Now, you know, I'm going to hate it when hockey's over and basketball's over. We'll still have some golf, a couple majors at the end of the summer, Carver. But the happiest guy at SportsGrid, Dave Sherapan. He lives for women's softball and baseball. We love the sport, but I like when the whole board's busy. I'm even a WNBA guy. We got that. So, Carver, we're going to have to dip our beaks into many different summer sports, whatever. Green, money's green. In Canada, it's many different colors. Let's make some.
It's funny, Cam, you say that because later on Coast to Coast, I actually have some interesting WNBA numbers for you heading into tonight's action. I come prepared with everything, Cam, especially as I said, when we get to this time of the year, you come prepared for everything. As far as the hoops goes, we'll talk about last night. The Celtics they smashed the Pacers. You know, you can't even say smash, Cam. The weird thing is that the Pacers had and this is for the charts and graphs crowd, a 90+% win probability in the fourth quarter of 3 out of the 4 games in this series, and yet they got swept in 4 games. I got to tell you, Cam, that's pretty hard to do. To have a 90+% win probability in the fourth quarter and still get swept in the series, but somehow the Pacers managed to do it.
You'll talk to Gabe about it in the next segment when he joins us, but we talked about it with you too, Carver, when we said the Pacers screwed up game 1, you screwed up everything. It's one of those situations where Boston, you let them off the hook, you had them, you let them beat you, and then after that, you're like, oh, we knew Boston was going to win the series. But I got to be honest with you, you think the Pacers are going to get a couple. That's what I was thinking, you know. But anyway, that first game, heartbreaking. You got to take care of business when a better team lets you, you know, you got the lead, you got to finish the job. In Indiana, horrible in crunch time.
Horrible in crunch time, that's for sure. And now we send them away. Boston will wait until next Thursday for game 1 of the NBA Finals, where they're probably going to play the Dallas Mavericks. Now, this has been thrown around so much the last few days, Cam. Everyone's been hit over the head with this. The NBA is obviously the one sport where no one's ever come back from 3-0 in the playoffs to win a series. You had one come close, right? Boston forced the 7th game with Miami a year ago, but they weren't able to finish the job in that 7th game. I'm not totally surprised that the Pacers got swept, Cam. I'm very surprised that as we come back from this long weekend, that this series is 3-0 with a chance for it to end tonight in Dallas. I thought that Minnesota, and these games haven't been blowouts by any stretch, but Luka and Kyrie have been so good in crunch time in the last 5 minutes of these games. That's the difference, Cam, of why they're sitting here on the doorstep tonight ready to advance.
Great call, Carver. Also, too, Anthony Edwards, you know, at the end of games, you know, I know he wants to have it, but he's passing the ball to other guys on the team. You got to be the man. I know you're young, but that's the whole thing. You got to want the ball in your hands. Kyrie Irving has been absolutely fantastic. No BS talk, just delivering great layups from all different angles. Luka just laughs at people one-on-one with the step back. He hits it every time. And I'm not going to lie. We tell the truth on SportsGrid. When we hit winners, when we hit losers, I thought Minnesota would win the series in 7. Hell, was I wrong, man. I thought they could actually, after beating Denver, could hang with these guys. They might get one, Carver, but I don't know, man. Down the stretch, they're having a lot of problems late in the fourth quarter when games are tight.
I'm very surprised Edwards didn't shoot more in the fourth quarter the other night in Game 3. He had such a great third quarter. He got them back in the game. And for him to really, distribute, I mean, it doesn't help that some of the guys in the Timberwolves, as soon as they get it in their hands, I mean, they just fire away. They don't look to move the ball around at all. But I thought Edwards would have took over a little bit more in that fourth quarter. We'll see if he's got to do that tonight to try to get to that 5th game. Then we have the hockey, Cam, which, you know, me and Gabe talk about this a lot, and I'm sure you guys do at night as well, because me and Gabe love stuff like this. You know, hockey really does themselves a disservice a lot with how they schedule things and how they take advantage of certain positions that they get put in. With the NBA potentially being over tonight for over a week until next Thursday, Hockey has 2 series that are both 2-1. Chance for both of them the next couple nights to get to 2-2 with no NBA games potentially in their way. Hockey actually has a chance to take a little center stage here for the next week plus with some really good conference finals.
And the games have been fantastic, too. My brother's in town. We're like that Rangers-Florida game going to overtime. I'm like, how the hell the Rangers winning this game with Shesterkin? He's on fire. They don't lose in overtime, this team. The game goes to overtime, you hit live Rangers. It's just, I'm basically a robot now. You're not screwing around with these guys. And as for Edmonton, they look like they have that game. That's the whole thing about the Dallas Stars. They lose the first game, then they come back. You got to put a team away. 2-goal leads mean nothing. And the minute Dallas scored that first goal and then second, I told Moretz, I go, Edmonton's done, bro. They're going to lose this game. And then Stu Skinner led in a week one. Great series, Carver. I'm on the Stars in this one. I actually have a Stars-Rangers parlay at 24-1 to meet in the Stanley Cup Finals. I told you about my loser one with the Leafs and the Stars, but anyway, the Rangers still alive, and I hedged on Florida because I thought Florida was a better team. The problem is the Rangers have a better goaltender.
I actually have, Cam, since we want to talk about futures that we have in the till, I have a Dallas Mavericks, Dallas Stars, the Dallas double to win both championships. And hopefully we can get them both at least into the final here. The Dallas two-step I have for both of them. So me and Lisi actually both have that. We put that together a while ago. So we're rooting hard for that. Rangers in Florida, game number 4 tonight in Sunrise. Panthers looking to even that series at 2 games apiece. Dallas and Edmonton will play game 4 tomorrow night in Edmonton. We'll, of course, go through that later on as well. We have a full slate of baseball tonight. Everybody plays on a Tuesday. We've got Taters coming up later on. In fact, we do have one doubleheader, Cam, which we'll give you the numbers for here in the first hour at some point. The Mets and the Dodgers, who got washed away yesterday, will play 2 at Citi Field. I've already lined them up, Cam. Ohtani and Teoscar Hernandez against Tyler Megill here in the first game of the doubleheader. So let's go.
That one. He's pissed at his Dodgers right now. He's going to have smoke coming out his ears in the next segment, this team. How's that win total doing? They better get on their horse pretty quick. They got a win going like a 17-game win streak.